The primary prolonged tonight, even after former President Trump's decisive double-digit win in New Hampshire.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Whoa.
He's making history as the only Republican in a competitive primary to ever win both Iowa and New Hampshire. Still, at his rally, not a celebration, but a condemnation after former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley pledged to stay in this race.
We're the last ones standing next to Donald Trump.
This is not your typical victory speech, but let's not have somebody take a victory when she had a very bad night. Who the hell was the imposter that went up on the stage before and, claimed a victory?
Mr. Trump letting loose a barrage of insults, a preview of attacks Haley's expected to face from her former boss.
When I watched her in the fancy dress, that probably wasn't so fancy. Just a little note to Nikki. She's not going to win.
Haley now focusing on her home state of South Carolina.
This race is far from over.
Her campaign already spending $1 million on ads there, with 2 new ones out today.
Same old Biden and Trump or new conservative leadership?
The former South Carolina governor making the case she's better suited to take on President Biden come November.
The worst kept secret in politics is how badly the Democrats want to run against Donald Trump.
Still, after clear losses in the first 2 primary contests, including in New Hampshire, where she was backed by independents, Haley faces an uphill climb here in more conservative South Carolina. The state's governor and both senators have endorsed Mr. Trump as Haley faces new pressure to step aside.
The sooner we can get behind Trump, the better for the 2024 cycle.
What do you want to see in this race over the next month in South Carolina?
I would like to see Nikki drop out and throw her support to Trump.
Haley's the only hope if we have any respect for the actual GOP, for the Republican Party.
Haley's team is looking ahead to Super Tuesday states in early March, but a loss here first in South Carolina a month from now could be devastating. Lester?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.